Guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. This is gonna be a good one. I just feel it right now. I'm feeling it. We have Bamal or Baumel the Dreadhorn, a new boss coming to Doom Tower, and in kind of the boss feature spotlight on the official Raid Shadow Legends channel. As always, I'll have links, everything that I discussed with you guys. We don't see any bombs on the boss here, but this is what they say. This is what they say towards the end. To me, you're gonna need bomb champions, and Souldrinker is an incredible bomb champion. That's going to be the subject of today's video. But check this out right here. Let's listen in.
Let's just say you're going to want a team composition with good timing and a few explosives of your own.
And a few explosives of your own, right? So we need some explosives of our own. That means we have to start investing in bomb champions. That's not set in stone. We have no other information other than that one kind of throwaway line. You're gonna need a few explosives of your own. And it got me thinking, okay, who's a good bomb champion other than the legendaries? And Souldrinker definitely came to mind. So here I am on my account. I saw this comment from Dougie Ma. Let me blow this up a little bit here for you guys. Blow it up, get it? Blow it. You like the dad jokes? Like the dad jokes? Let's blow up this comment. Hey Ash, you should do a spotlight for bomb debuff champions like Souldrinker. He is awesome and relentless, and pair him with a reviver and he can be deadly because when he dies, he automatically places 2 bombs. We don't have a relentless set. I figured we went a little bit hard on the relentless this week, especially with Ninja video just yesterday here on the channel. However, I love this champion, man. I'm so surprised that I had not invested in Souldrinker up until this moment. Even with bomb not being in the meta, have bombs ever been meta in this game? Not really, right?
We live in a cynical world. A cynical world.
But Souldrinker is a really, really fun, cool damage lead champion in PvE content, and very cool synergistic possibilities in PvP content in the arena as well. Today, we're going to show him in a PvE build, but of course, kind of in preparation, I should say, for this new boss in Doom Tower. But of course, I'll tell you guys as we go along through the video on what adjustments you want to make for PvP. So let's talk about his skills really quickly here. Raising hand on his A1.
This reminds me of my childhood. Stop this. Stop it.
Man, I got all kinds of dad jokes for you guys. Raising hand? Yeah, raise it. Oh, someone shut this guy up and tell him to go on with the video. Decreases bomb debuff detonation countdowns by 1 turn. By the way, guys, I went through like 3 or 4 different builds, and you guys are lucky. I spent all my gems to redo my masteries, redo my artifacts. I found the best one out of the 4 that I used, and I'll tell you guys about that. This one by far is the best, by the way. Raining fire on the A2. 3 times at random, decrease bomb debuff detonation countdowns by 1 turn. So we get the decreased bomb detonation countdowns by 1 turn on the A1, and again by 1 turn on the A2. On his Magna Blast, his A3, it's an AoE, attacks all enemies 2 times. Each hit has a 75% chance, make it 100 when booked, of placing a bomb that detonates after 3 turns, and he has a built-in reduction in the rest of his kit. His passive, as Dougie Ma said, places 2 bomb debuffs on each enemy that detonate after 2 turns when this champion dies. So for that reason, we're building him to be, lower on the HP. I'm not going overboard with like trying to build him with absolutely no HP and defense. I don't want him dying like all the time. It is on a 5-turn cooldown on this passive after all, right? But I am trying to build him so that he's kind of tanking for my team so that he does die and we're able to get off at least, 1, 2, or maybe even 3 of these kind of extra 2 bomb debuffs off his passive. The other good news on this champion is, guys, his multipliers are actually insane, specifically on the A1. Let me show you those multipliers right now. So check it out, guys. A1, raising hand, 4.6 multiplier on an A1. That's insane, especially for an epic champion. It deals a ton of damage. And then we have raining fire. It's again 3 times at random with a 2.3, and then the attack all enemies 2 times is a 2.2 times 2 on his A3. This guy can just, forget the bombs, he can put out a lot of damage as is, right? So really, really cool to see that. Now going back to Souldrinker here, in terms of the masteries, I told you, I tried out a bunch of different builds. So one build I tried out, keep in mind, guys, in case you've never built a bomb champion or you don't know this, the bomb damage is based off this champion's attack, right? Based off their attack. So we want to prioritize attack, and of course we need accuracy to land and decrease the detonation of these bombs as well. So for that reason, you can go, I would suggest offense, Offense, defense, and support. I would suggest all three. Okay, no big deal. Let's move on. Now I'm joking. You really have a viable case to be made for each of these categories, right? So especially in PvE content, I think you can go support and pick up Eagle Eye as your tier 6 mastery. So if you're just using him in tag team or the arena, I would go Eagle Eye, probably even over Helm Smasher for a tier 6. I would go support, and I would go probably offense. For PvE content, I tried support tree, right? I tried just picking up the extra accuracy, and I went attack on my banner. Just tried to load up as much attack as I possibly could, right? And then I relied on the accuracy from Masteries. And I tried it both, just picking up the first 3 accuracy, pinpoint accuracy, and charge focus, and swarm smiter. And then I compared those numbers. I told you I built like so many different ways on Souldrinker here. And then I compared that to just putting an accuracy banner, sacrificing some attack instead of the attack banner, and then just going with this build that you see, and going with Retribution instead. Because again, heavy multipliers on that A1. I want to take advantage of that with the counterattack, right? 50% to counterattack when this champion loses 25% of their max HP or more from a single enemy skill. And that's going to happen quite a bit because he's kind of, you know, we're building him a little bit weak, you know, a little bit soft. Because we want him to die, kind of, here and there, right? Defense and offense with War Master being my tier 6. Man, War Master's going to add a lot of damage. And again, I tried all kinds of different builds, but War Master by far, you have a lot of respect for War Master once you use it, and then you take it away and you compare the numbers. Even if you're able to add a bunch of extra stats or a bunch of extra accuracy in this point, or in this case, excuse me, War Master just adds a ton of damage against bosses. And that's where we're going to need him for PvE, right? Against the new Dune Tower boss. So this build is really good. You guys are going to see that. Again, you can use this build as kind of a hybrid as well. Of course, you can use him in the arena with this, right? You don't have to go with the pinpoint accuracy. But it's important, very important on this champion that we do get enough accuracy, right? And you can never have enough in the arena. That's why pinpoint is the way to go. I still would go attack percentage on his chest, even for PvP, personally. But you can go accuracy if you're using him like platinum tier arena or something, and you know you need it. But I would still, you know, you want that bomb damage. So I like attack, and I actually went with attack percentage on his gauntlets as well. So attack percentage and attack percentage, and then we stayed with crit damage on the amulet, but we did get a trip roll of attack on the substats. So again, stat priorities, before we get into all the gear here, stat priorities, we need crit rate, because he deals a ton of damage, ideally 100%, but you guys know me, I suck at life, I never get 100%, I never get it up there, I get it to 80 plus, right? Which is bad, you want it 100%. On top of that, we want attack. The bomb damage is predicated on attack. We don't care so much about defense. We don't care so much about HP. You know, if you build him to be the lowest HP, depending on affinity, he could be tanking for your team. Just be aware of that, right? Pairing him with a reviver is going to be really important. We want a little bit of speed on this dude. The faster, the better. I have him on the slow side at 175. And of course, we need that accuracy for the bombs. And crit damage helps as well. So he's kind of a challenging champion to build. I'm not going to lie to you guys, right? The good news is we don't need support stats that much. Bad news is we need everything else, you know? So take it for what it's worth, but he's a very fun champion. And of course, you can build him, you know, you can get creative in how you build him, depending on your mastery choices and your accessory choices. So as I mentioned, we did go accuracy on the banner. If you can get away with it, go attack on the banner and get accuracy elsewhere. Put 3 perception or 3 accuracy sets on him instead. Perception and accuracy sets,
I can tell you're gonna rap by the face you're making.
Accuracy sets work really well on this champions. I wouldn't even be afraid to go 3, but I, you know, kind of prioritize just gear that I really wanted. I didn't have many attack percentage gauntlets on my entire account, right? Who uses attack percentage gauntlets except for bombs, and bombs not meta. So anyway, this is how I built him, guys. Accuracy and perception. And again, I'm looking for a crit rate as a substat so I can get those attack percentage gauntlets on him. If you don't have any attack percentage gauntlets, or, you know, you don't have enough crit rate to build all the substats on the other artifacts, no worries. Just go crit rate or crit damage on your gauntlets, or crit rate, I should say, on your gauntlets, and then try to get there, right? Save up attack percentage gauntlets, and, you know, have in mind that you're trying to upgrade the rest of the substats of your other artifacts so that we can get the crit rate as close as we can to 100 to justify building him in those attack percentage on the gauntlets. Same thing with the amulet. If you don't have enough attack, just go to overall stats of attack. Go ahead and put an attack a flat stat on the amulet, but keep in mind, especially that A1 with retribution, he's dealing a lot of damage just off of that A1. So don't prioritize attack so much to where you're sacrificing crit rate and crit damage to get it done, okay? That is the build, guys. Let's go ahead and try him out a little bit in the arena, and then I want to show you him in Dragon. Obviously, that new Doom Tower boss does not exist yet. Can I speak today? Maybe if you want to start a YouTube channel, learn how to speak first. That's a kind of a pro tip for you guys getting into content creation. This is a fun team. I basically just wanted a Reviver on the same team as him. I put another bomb champion in Astrolith. She has 2 bombs that cannot be resisted. That's not necessary. I could just run this as a 3-man team or whatever as well, but I just want to have some fun with it. So we're going to lead off with Kymar going in to CC the enemy team, and then we have a Reviver. We have, you know, in Retro Droth as well. So let's go ahead and just have some fun with this team, see how much damage he puts out. Forget about the bombs, just see how much damage he puts out overall, right? So here we go. We come back in. That's the A2, 2 guaranteed bombs. And then he comes in, and it's like, what, 7 to 9K per hit there? Keep in mind, this is a pretty defensive, robust team. All 3 champions, well, at least Scylla the Drakes and Tyrell, and, I mean, obviously, Siphi's just a beast. So they all have a lot of defense, a lot of HP. So that was on the very low side of his A3 in terms of overall damage. But it's okay, because his bombs do a ton of damage as well, right? And even the bomb synergy on Astrolith on this team, he's also reducing the cooldown of those bombs, right? So, and if he dies, no big deal. Really, really fun for the arena. It's an off-meta arena strategy. I'm not sitting here telling you guys, oh, bomb is all bombs, guys. Bombs away. Upgrade all your bomb champions. No. But he can be a fun champion to play with, right? So a couple Revivers on this team, kind of a pain, but eventually we'll get the job done here. And did you see how much bomb damage that does, man? It's been a while. Get familiar with bombs, because we have to deal with it. And we know one thing, right? That bomb boss is going to do a lot of bomb damage to us, to our team, right? So let's see how much damage he put out overall. 145,000. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. I mean, it's an arena battle, so you can't read too much into it. Let's go ahead and do another one here against this squad. Really fun, man. I had a lot of fun building this champion. I'm glad that subscriber recommended me do this. And you guys have any champion recommendations? Let me know, right? I'm always happy to take your recommendations on champion guides. Look at that, boom! That bomb went off on Mashald, and he was toast, man. He was toast. Things that you want to avoid, right? I didn't run him with Scylla the Drakes, my girlfriend, my wife, my soulmate. I didn't run him with her on any of these teams because I'm really, even though she's a Reviver, I'm not looking for OP healers. I already have Retro Droth on the team, right? I'm not looking for OP healers because we don't necessarily want him to always stay alive. We want to get some value out of that passive. But look at that, man. That's a ton of damage. That was his A2 hitting right there. All of his skills do a decent amount of damage, and they're also decreasing the duration of those bombs, which make him, if bomb is ever meta in the arena, it's going to make him a very viable bomb option for you guys. Look at that, 32K off the A1 for the arena. That's pretty good, guys. Very, very hard hitting, and keep in mind, I don't have him in an all-out nuke build. I don't have him in savage gear. He's not ignoring any defense with his abilities. He's also, don't have him in crit damage on the gauntlet, so he's very low on crit damage compared to your traditional nuker. So you can get that A1 hitting up to 50K if you built him that way, which, you know, it would be certainly somewhat of a hybrid build. Let's go ahead and go after this team here, a more powerful team. It's going to be kind of a speed battle, I think. Let's see how we do here. And then I want to show you him in Dragon's Lair. Because, good God, we can have some real fun with this. They go first. I think we lose. Yep. He does die there. So, if we can keep the team alive, look at those bombs. 2 bombs on every enemy. We can't, though. We can't. But, like, battles like this, ooh. If Astrolon had died there, we might have won. That was a speed race, so what can you do in that circumstance? Let's go against, I want to go against a couple more teams, though, here, guys. Trying to pick more challenging teams. This one we will win the speed race, so it should be an easy fight, right? Famous last words. Retro Droth's so much fun. She's definitely a champion that you see a lot in Platinum Tier Arena as well, so she's like endgame. There we go, just the damage, forget the bombs on that A3, does a ton of damage, right? And now he's gonna die, 2 more bombs, and that's it. In a weird way, you could build him on a defensive arena team, right? Because when he dies, he automatically places those bombs anyway. So you could have like a Seeker on the team. You could have just a bunch, whoever you have, a bunch of defensive champions around him. And if he dies, it's cool. You can revive him and get more bombs. Just basically cycle bombs off of his death, right? Which is really, really fun. So I like it because it's not that big of a deal if he dies. He still does a ton of damage overall. So we actually have the block damage up right now. From Rashard, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. It's going to take us a minute to do it, right? So look at this bomb damage. Gonna see it in 1 minute. As soon as, okay, boom, 25k. That's a lot of bomb damage. 25k a pop, man, for every bomb on the enemy team, right? He's a really fun champ. You guys are going to want to see him in Dragon. Let's go ahead and jump into Dragon's Lair right now. I'm going to run him on Dragon 25. What I'm going to do is probably cut out the second wave. We'll see how much damage he does to the waves. Keep in mind they have a ton of HP. It's going to be like a 5-minute run, but I just want to go against, like, you know, I want to put him in an area where he can shine and put out a ton of overall damage and really be a damage carry for people, right? Of course, you can pair him with like a Seer if you have her and run a Karma Burn strategy alongside him and then rely on him to do the most damage once you actually get to the boss, but I don't want to show you that in today's video. Instead, I want to show you him like carrying the brunt of all the damage on this squad. So check it out, guys. A really fun team, right? We have Seeker for the increased attack, turn meter increase as well. We have Reliquary Tender for the heals, and the revive, of course. We have the Deke for the turn meter and for the decreased defense. We have a Shield Guard who's really, really good in Dragon 25 in Lifesteal gear, which we do have in today. And of course, we have the spotlight, the feature of today's video, Souldrinker. So here we go. So we have the increased attack, turn meter boost, and I went and picked up all of the masteries too. I should have went a little bit more in depth with the masteries there, but I picked up all of the masteries that are going to help us out in terms of giving us extra speed and whatnot, or extra damage on the offensive tree for every enemy that we kill, because we're going to kill a lot of enemies with these bombs. All they need to do basically is take a turn and they're dead, right? Especially as they get lower in HP, obviously, Ash, obviously. We want that extra speed, we want that extra damage. You can see, look at the damage on, or the HP of all my allies, all my champions right now, right? He's kind of close. He's going to be the first one to die, is basically what I'm trying to say here. And we're going to get all those extra stats as well. So here we go. Decreased bomb timer is great as well. And so you guys get the point. He deals out a decent amount of damage, even against dungeon waves. And there it is again, his A3, doing more damage, placing more bombs, man. I want him to die before I cut to the dragon. So let's see if he can die right here. Will you die, man? We'll see. I don't think he's going to die here. We'll see. We'll see. I can't have Reliquary come in there with the OP heals. Let's see. Is anybody going to get a turn? I don't know. Look at all those bombs, man. All right. He decreased. Poof. Decreasing bomb timer, really synergistic with the rest of his kit, because we're just dealing a ton of damage, right? All right, guys, listen. He's not going to die this wave. Woof. That's some damage, man. Let's go to the dragon. I'm sure he'll die against the dragon. Be right back. All right, guys, so here we are against the dragon. Look at that. Look at that A1, guys. 60k plus the Warmaster proc, some serious damage there off of that A1 indeed, right? So he's dealing a lot of damage, just sheer damage. He has Retribution. That's his A2, I believe, or A1. I think that was his A1 again. I don't know, man. I just know that, like, look at how much damage he's putting out. This guy is pretty cool, even for an off-meta bomber, and that's what I was most impressed with. I was like, Souldrinker, really? When I saw the comment, and then I was like, wow, man, this guy's pretty gnarly champion to go ahead and invest in. This is a fun team. I like having a Shield Guard on the team. I love Reliquary Tender. I love the Deke, obviously. We have Seeker in there, even though it's an anti-affinity matchup here, but this is Dragon 25 here. It's not Dragon 20. It's not Dragon 15. So it's going to take us a while, but I mean, look it. It's going to be a sub 5-minute run. And these champions are not like inaccessible legendaries either, right? This is a good, reliable, 100% success rate dragon farming team, which is why I like it and why you guys, I would say in preparation, if you know, everybody make the decision for themselves, of course. I'm not telling you who to invest in, but if you're watching this video and you don't have Souldrinker, or maybe you have him, excuse me, in the vault, or you just have not invested in him, I think he's a worthy champion, because just a gut feel here is that we're going to need bombers, and he's kind of a class act when it comes to bombers, given his passive, given the decreasing of the detonation on his A1 and his A2 as well. So I think that he's one of the best choices in the game to invest in right now, so you'd be prepared for that Doom Tower boss. And boy, will I eat my words and eat crow. And you guys know I'll admit it if I'm wrong here and bomb champions don't do anything. I still think he's a fun champion to use though, even despite that. But I do think he's going to have a value surge. So 5 minutes, pretty much on the money here. I don't think he died against the dragon, which is unfortunate, but at the end of the day, it's okay. It's good that nobody died in this fight. So we have a total of 3 million damage Good God. We had 1 million from Deke, 1.7 from Shield Guard, 522 from Reliquary, 837 from Seeker, and 3.1 million damage from Souldrinker. Souldrinker, and keep in mind, Shield Guard and Deke, we're going against Force Affinity as well, so they have that matchup advantage, Affinity matchup advantage, whereas Souldrinker, it's an even, even matchup. So guys, hope you enjoyed this guide. Thank you very much. Man, I don't know why. Hope you enjoyed this. Jeez, Ash, spit it out, bro. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this guide. Really appreciate you guys watching all the way till the end. If you have any recommendations on which champion I should build up next, especially kind of off-meta champions like Souldrinker, let me know in the comments below. Thank you, and as always, take care, guys.